Will Smith had been an A-list Hollywood star, a dynamite who pulled billions for nearly 3 decades. But things have not really been going his way for a while now. It's all been downhill for the actor since the last few years, actually the last decade or so, and the infamous Slapgate seems to be the last nail in his already dying career's coffin. In today's video, we look at what really went wrong with the star, causing irreversible damage to his career and reputation. Let's dive in. Where it all began. It's no secret that being an A-list star is a position that comes with an exhausting, all-consuming scrutiny. But Will never seemed to give in under the weight of the spotlight. He'd mug for cameras on red carpets and seemed to feed off the energy of screaming fans. In interviews and late-night appearances, he'd be up for anything, exposing a few intimate details, maybe a bit too intimate at times, but also keeping enough privacy to maintain his A-list status and the mystery surrounding it. Smith would work the room in professional situations, such as lunches and dinners with Oscar voters, making eye contact, remembering names, all while making some physical contact with important shoulders and arms, showing the kind of sincerity with a confidence that would put seasoned politicians to shame. It won't be wrong to say, Will was the epitome of an A-list Hollywood celebrity. The star used to be one of the most bankable actors around, having been named the most powerful actor in Hollywood by Newsweek in 2007. At his peak in the 2000s, he became the only actor in history to have 8 consecutive films grossing more than a whopping $100 million in the US box office. All that single-handedly with no supporting cast or marketing tactics involved. But it all changed. So what went wrong? How can Will Smith regain his lost glory? Bad movies. It's not going to be easy from here, but for starters, we're going to say, stop making bad movies. Yeah, the Oscar slap was bad, but if you look at the actor's track record, his career has been waning even before the Slapgate, and pretty badly too, which is offensive for an actor of that caliber. Don't buy it? A quick look at his miss list isn't exactly inspiring. Will has been giving some pretty meh performances in mediocre movies during the last decade. A lot of emotional drama, troubled, guilt-ridden, struggling father, dying husband, bad romance. The actor seems to have a preference for the genre that is overused and frankly quite boring. And the box office records prove that. His last 2 movies, Life in a Year, made only $45 million, while King Richard was a huge financial flop with only $30 million to its name. Not to forget movies such as Focus, Collateral Beauty, and Gemini Man failed to catch on commercially. However, he has had blockbuster hits such as Aladdin, Suicide Squad, and Bad Boys for Life, many of which were pre-existing franchises or well-known intellectual property. Bright, a sci-fi adventure, was a major streaming success for its backer Netflix, but it's fair to say that Smith's name above the title no longer guarantees ticket sales in the same way it did in the late 1990s and early 2000s. The Oscar fiasco. If his dwindling career wasn't enough, Smith's violent outburst at the Oscars last month stunned fans, as well as the scores of studio executives, directors, producers, and handlers who have surrounded the actor for years. Sure, Smith could be demanding, and he expected the luxuries, material comforts, and reverence that came with the A-list tag, but he was also someone known for being gracious and generous. That's exactly why his impulsive decision to storm the stage and assault comedian Chris Rock in the middle of Hollywood's biggest night was both unusual and disturbing. Smith later apologized to Rock, the Academy, and viewers after nearly a full day had passed. However, his actions may have tarnished his carefully cultivated image and have a long-lasting impact on his already fading career. It's rare for an actor to experience both the high and low points of his career on the same night, but you can always count on Will Smith to push the boundaries of movie stardom. What should have been one of his proudest professional moments, a Best Actor win for his work in King Richard, turned sour and will be remembered for the slap that took most of the limelight. Hollywood isn't very happy. Understandably, other Oscar winners on the night may not be very sympathetic to Smith right now, given that his actions spoiled their moments of glory and stole their limelight. And this is beginning to show as well. On average, A-list actors like Smith usually have 3 to 4 films in development or filming. Following that slap, though, Netflix and Sony have been distancing themselves from the actor. The Netflix film Fast and Loose was delayed after the director left the project, and after the slap saga, Netflix has decided to shelve the film altogether. Sony was also working on Bad Boys 4, and Smith had received 40 pages of the script prior to the Oscar ceremony, according to The Hollywood Reporter. This project is also apparently being put on hold until further notice as well. The actor currently has only 1 film in his name, which is set to be released later this year on Apple+. But judging by how things have been for the star, we're not very positive about this one either. Not to forget, Smith's ban means he will no longer be able to attend next year's Oscars or any other Academy events. He is, however, being allowed to keep his Oscar. Rock, on the other hand, has received immense support from fans and celebrities worldwide, and he has admitted to media outlets that Smith has not not reached out to him to apologize outside of social media. Seriously though, a bit of grace goes a long way, Mr. Smith. Social media has canceled him. This has got to be any celebrity's worst nightmare, being canceled by the internet. And the Pursuit of Happiness star is the most recent victim of the cancel culture, but this time we believe he was kinda asking for it. Majority of the comments he's been receiving recently on Instagram posts of him and his wife are hateful, with several people claiming they no longer respect the actor. Some have begun to criticize both him and Jada, with one writing, "Over a woman who disrespects you in public, you punched another black successful man over a joke. Aren't you a comedian?" Stirring a new debate within the black community about its behavior towards each other and their women. People have been calling him out for his privilege to be able to act like a goon and still walk away with a prestigious award like an Oscar. Aside from Instagram, the Bad Boy star received millions of hate comments on Facebook and Twitter as well. Several media outlets have also published stories about celebrities who are unhappy with Smith's actions, whereas Rock has received worldwide support as of this publication, and his comedy tour ticket sales have skyrocketed. Will's personal life isn't so personal anymore, and it's a fact. He might have been a private person at the peak of his career, but lately, as his popularity began to dwindle, Will has been making his chaotic private life very public. A ploy for attention? Probably. His marriage with Jada has been under public scrutiny and a source of hilarious memes as well. Their rocky marriage, where Jada has publicly admitted to cheating on her husband, has been at the receiving end of a lot of hate and trolling. While it's true that their personal life has nothing to do with his career, it's certainly an important aspect to a celebrity, who are always in the public eye, making them far more vulnerable to haters. Will and Jada chose to wash their dirty laundry in public on Jada's talk show Red Table Talk in 2020, where she discussed their split and her entanglement with another man, rapper August Alsina, as Smith nodded along. She has also time and again spoken of Tupac with clear infatuation around her husband, which has been a source of jokes and memes on the beta male. Will's personal life has become a source of entertainment more than his films, making him appear less appealing and less relatable, in turn denting his A-list status. It may not be too late. While Will Smith is now banned from Oscars and other Academy Awards for the next 10 years in the aftermath of the notorious slap, the general consensus in Hollywood is that the incident will be remembered as a small hiccup in the star's long acting career. Some studio executives believe Smith will do a sit-down interview with an Oprah Winfrey-like figure to revamp his public persona. Although the Smiths have their own in-house talk show, Red Table Talk, on Facebook Watch, insiders believe the actor needs to step outside of his comfort zone or risk losing it all. Smith's past is also riddled with trauma, which would provide fodder for such an interview. Smith describes his father, Willard Carroll Smith Sr., physically abusing his mother in his 2021 memoir, Will. The actor opens up about the agony of his failure to intervene on his mother's behalf when she was a child, likely to stoke public sympathy for him in the future. Some still believe that the actor has a lot of potential to just cancel over a small incident. Do you think that Will Smith will be able to revive his career, or will it end up dying exactly like every A-list Hollywood stardom does? Comment below and let us know. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more. See you in the next one.